Good morning, Emmanuel. Today is Sunday, September 6th. It is the 14th Sunday after Pentecost. Today's reading is from the Gospel of Matthew. If another member of the church sins against you, go and point out the fault when the two of you are alone. If the member listens to you, you have regained that one. But if you are not listened to, take one or two others along with you, so that every word may be confirmed by the evidence of 2 or 3 witnesses. If the member refuses to listen to them, tell it to the church. And if the offender refuses to listen even to the church, let such a one be to you as a Gentile and a tax collector. Truly, I tell you, whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Again, truly I tell you, if 2 of you agree on earth about anything you ask, it will be done for you by my Father in heaven. For where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am there among them. So in this reading, a lot is going on. The word I was immediately drawn to was gather, and I think it's a sign of the times. But it's a popular verse, one I've heard it quoted and used in different contexts, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I will be in the midst of them. It poses an interesting question in today's circumstance. Gather has a whole different connotation. You know, even 6-8 months ago, when I thought of the word gather, I thought about being together with people, with family and friends, with church. I have a little sign that I always put up that says gather, especially around Thanksgiving. It's a fall sign that's up in my house. And it's a word that represents so much. And yet, here we are. Gather has changed. When I hear it, I think of be careful, or don't do it, or 6 feet apart, and I'm not making light of it. I fully support these measures to keep everyone safe and healthy as we continue through the COVID-19 pandemic. It's just so fascinating how much a word that is so commonly used can change in such a short time. It makes me a little sad because I do miss gathering. And it makes me wonder what this reading could mean for all of us right now. And as I was doing my research and really meditating on this passage, I found that it made me look at it differently than I have in years past. I didn't so much get hung up on that last verse, and I looked at all of it. Now, it can be a little bit confusing. At first glance, it might seem like Jesus is encouraging a witch hunt, for people to point out others' mistakes and make it a whole big thing and do it in front of the church, but that's not what he's saying. In this passage, Jesus is giving us guidance on how to live in community. Jesus is telling us how to have honest, authentic relationship. It's not an easy thing. At the heart of it, Jesus is telling us, don't triangulate. If you have a problem with someone, go talk to them in private. It's really intimidating. For some of us, it's countercultural. It's not the way we were raised, but it's really good advice. Because when we are honest with one another, even in the hard things, we can grow. We can become closer. We can ask for forgiveness, or we can offer it. It's vital to living authentically with one another as a family, as a community. as I said, it's not an easy thing to speak the truth in love. But if we want to model what it looks like to follow Christ, we have to take him at his word. It's worth the discomfort, a momentary awkwardness, to really love one another in a deeper way. I hope we can take this to heart, not only for our church community, but in all aspects of our lives. It takes a little bit of courage, a touch of vulnerability, but it makes us better. Whether the person we wronged is bringing it to our attention, or we're being honest about the way we feel, it will help us to grow. So, let's grow together. We may not be able to gather right now, but our hearts, they're still close. And Jesus is still in the midst of us. So let's use this time to build honest, authentic relationship with one another, to seek God in each other, in people from our past, people in our lives right now, and know that it's holy work, it's gospel work. So don't be afraid. Just take that step and know that no matter what, you are loved. Blessings on your week, everyone.